Welcome to Sew Circuit. Today we're going to do a tutorial on how to take a regular LED and apply it into a piece of fabric and then use some standard snaps to light up the LED. So we've pre-sewn some conductive thread into this fabric, and I used some white thread on top so that you could see it. But if this were an actual project, we'd want to use black thread so that you couldn't see it. So the top is normal white thread, and the bottom is conductive thread available in our store. You'll notice that there's a gap here with a loop. And what we did was we took the fabric and we put it into the sewing machine. Imagine this presser foot and the needle over here. We sewed out to here. We lifted up the needle, spun it around, did a lock stitch here, and came out with a tail. And the effect that created was leaving some conductive bobbin underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this conductive bobbin thread down the center. And the reason why we left these tails here is because we're going to wrap them around the snap posts before we clamp the snaps on. And that's to ensure the conductivity on each of the snaps. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over our snap application tool. It's an oldie but a goodie. These are nickel-plated brass snaps, and both nickel and brass are conductive, so that's going to be no problem for us. What we're going to do is we're going to put the bottom piece here and the top piece here, and the fabric's going to get sandwiched in between. And the purpose of this tail is because we're going to wrap it around this post here to crimp it in. There we go. Alright, so since this is the top of the project, we're going to take this and we're going to loop it around just one time here to make sure. Well, you know, I'll do it twice just for good measure. All right, so that's looped around the bottom. Then I'm going to align this with the top, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to put a little pressure on there, and as you can see, I've crimped one of the snaps posts there. Now, it's likely that this would have caught, obviously, and we would have conductivity, but just in case, we did that little tail loop on the end. You can see there, if you wanted to clean that up, that could be snipped off. We don't want any shorts, but you know, this is just a demo, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to grab that other loop. I'm going to put that around, line that up. So now we have two snap posts, both loops caught underneath, so there should be no issue here when we connect battery power to each one of these conductive tails. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the top portion. So I'm going to take a little piece of this fabric, just cut it down to size big enough to span those snaps. I'm going to take the regular LED that you can pretty much buy at any electronics store online, even Radio Shack would have it, and I'm going to poke it through the fabric. Alright, now that's flush with the fabric. I'm going to take each of the leads and I'm going to bend them over. So you've got an LED that's nicely in place with the leads bent over. So this time I'm going to use a different tool. If you have a pair of jeans, you're going to recognize these. This is the snap that will go here, and the piece that the dome that pushes it on top is going to be crimped here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich the LED leads in between those. So as long as this piece comes down and makes contact with the LED, you'll be in good shape. Okay, and you can see it does. The LED lead is going right through the post. That's a good sign. We have the snap on top, so if I were to put this on, then we'd be okay. So I'm going to take the last dome, put that there. apply pressure. Okay, and we've got that crimped. Okay, so now we're going to take this into a different part of the shop, and we're going to turn that on. I'm using these alligator clips to just connect power to the leads. Now, if this was your project, of course, all this stuff is going to be on the underside. And remember, this you wouldn't see, so it would appear as though there were just two snap posts here because we would have used black thread with all the conductivity underneath. This is the snap piece that's attached to the LED, again, that we didn't really measure for this demonstration purposes, but I'm going to snap one of these over here. I'm going to bring over this other piece and snap it here. And you can see this 6-volt coin battery is powering that ultra bright red LED.